Okay, so I think everybody already did the whole first row. And if you didn't finish the first row, maybe you can come back and do it on your own after I walk you through some of the others to remind you of the steps. First step is find the least common multiple. The least common multiple of 5 and 10 is 10. So that means both of these fractions, and there's a delay between my voice and what you're seeing on the screen, okay, is 10. And in order, right here, 10 was already the denominator, which means we don't have to change the numerator. We're basically multiplying by 1. So it's going to be 8/10. This 4/5 we're going to multiply by 2 because 5 times 2 is 10. So that means we end up with 8/10 plus 8/10. Then we add 8 plus 8, and that is 16. And our denominator, we do nothing. It just scoots over. So we end up with 16/10. Now, yes, that is an irregular fraction. It is okay to leave it that way. And I'm not even going to tell you how to change it because I don't want to confuse things. Because if you're watching this video, you want to just get the basics today. Okay? So the next one, we want to find the least common multiple or least common denominator for 10 and 2. Well, since 10 is a multiple of 2, that is going to be our least common multiple, our least common denominator. Now, we already have a 10 there, so we're just multiplying by 1. And in order to get this 2 to be a 10, this denominator right here to be a 10, we have to multiply by 5. So now 1 times 5 is 5, and 2 times 5 is 10. Then we add the numerators. 5 plus 2 is 7, and our denominator just scooches over and doesn't change. Okay? Here we go again. We want to find the least common multiple, 8 and 4. I want you to think, what is the least common multiple of 8 and 4? Is 8 a multiple of 4? Yes, it is. That means 8 is the least common multiple. Also the least common denominator. So all we're going to do, we want to have 8 as our denominator for both of the fractions. We already had an 8 on the bottom, so we're just going to multiply that by 1. And in order on the top fraction for our 4 to become an 8, we have to multiply it by 2. Multiply 2 times 2, and that makes 4. So now we add our 4 and our 5, and that makes 9. And our denominator just scooches over. Yes, it's an irregular fraction. No, you don't need to worry about simplifying it today. We will worry about that next week or after we master this part. All right, so I have Ava in the classroom with me. Ava, do you feel like you're doing better now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go down to G. And I want you to pause the video and I want you to try to do G on your own. Remembering that we need to find the least common multiple of 4 and 8. And we just said on F that 8 was a multiple of 4. And that means that 8 is going to be our least common multiple. So we want both of our denominators